Hello, buenas tardes a todos. Ya estamos en vivo y en directo desde Glasgow, Escocia, con Melissa. Muchas gracias, Melissa, por estar con nosotros la noche de hoy en Glasgow, Escocia. Me da mucho gusto verte de nuevo por aquí. Y pues bienvenidos a todos a esta sesión informativa de la Universidad de Strathclyde en Glasgow, Escocia. Mientras la gente esté juntando a la sesión, voy a pues, tocar un video introductorio a la universidad que efectivamente es de unos mexicanos que están en la Universidad de Strathclyde y comparten su parecer y sus experiencias de vivir y estudiar en Strathclyde, en Glasgow, Escocia. Entonces voy a hacer clic para el video ahorita.
In a way, I'm very lucky that my first choice was the one that I got, just because of such a rich culture and city and university.
I was very pleasantly surprised when I moved here. Wasn't expecting anything. I just arrived with an open mind and see what's gonna be.
The people makes the difference. Open and friendly, smiling faces and such a welcoming atmosphere. That is something unique of Glasgow that I truly, truly am grateful for.
I think Scottish people are as warm as Mexicans are, and they are as sarcastic as we are, and we have similar sense of humor.
Glasgow is a city with personality, definitely. There is an underground music scene, I've noticed, and it is unique and is well defined.
It's a city not so big that you can actually walk almost everywhere.
You can.
Yeah.
Not almost, you can. Yeah.
I was lost in the streets with a map, and an old lady came over and just asked me what I was looking for, and she actually guided me through to the path and where to go. For me, that was really, really important, I think, to feel that people actually care about you.
I really like the cultural scene that's going on, the music scene, and also like all the nature that is around, that it's very easy to get the car or a train, and in 20 minutes you are outside the city and you're in an amazing landscape.
For some reason, Scottish people love Mexican culture. You are so welcomed, and if someone in a pub knows that we are from Mexico, they'll do their version of a Mexican song, or they'll put a sombrero on, or they'll invite you a tequila as well. So it's, yeah, I think
everybody knows guacamole.
Yeah, yeah.
We adapt very quickly to the Glaswegian culture because everybody smiles here, so it's very easy to, just talk to people and be friendly with everyone.
It's surpassed the expectations.
Pues ahí están las palabras de unos estudiantes mexicanos que nos confirman que la vida en Glasgow y en la Universidad de Strathclyde es de maravilla. Entonces, I'm going to switch now back into English because Melissa will be delivering her presentation in English. Melissa, do you want to try and share your screen so we can make a start with the presentation, please?
Thanks, David. You might have to guide me through this now. We did it before. I seem to have
lost it. If you go to the top of the
it.
screen, it says there's a little a monitor symbol there.
I've
it says click on that to turn screen share on. Yeah, you were going through it before. So click on there.
Yep. Yeah, and then I can go to entire screen. I can go to window.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It appeared before, no problem.
It did, but
I can't see it just at this very minute, though.
No. Let's see.
Don't worry, we've still got people coming into the room as we're waiting, so don't worry, I can still see people arriving.
That's fine. Let's try it again. There we are. Super.
Oh, I can't see that still. Yes, now, yes, yeah, there you are. You're in full view now. There we are. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, we'll hand over to Melissa from the university. Thanks very much, Melissa, for taking your time out this evening.
My pleasure. Thank you, David. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in this afternoon. It's late on at night here in Scotland, but I'm really pleased actually to be presenting to you all tonight about our wonderful university. university in Glasgow, which is the University of Strathclyde. We'll maybe take about 20 to 30 minutes chatting about the university itself. I'll also talk about Glasgow and the city. You've seen from that lovely video as well, just how welcoming the city is, how much our students and academics love living and working and studying there. So we'll chat a little bit about the city itself as well. And then I want to chat to you all about our faculties, the different courses that you can do at Strathclyde. In particular, I'll be focusing on sustainability. Obviously, this is a very hot topic at the moment, and certainly with the COP26 conference, which Glasgow hosted a few weeks ago, there's a lot that Strathclyde was involved in within this conference, but a lot that Strathclyde is doing as well, and has done for a number of years now to meet these United Nations sustainability goals. So we'll chat a little bit about that with you, and also the different aspects of sustainability that we have within some of our courses within our Faculty of Engineering. And then I'll chat to you a little bit about the admissions process and the fun things that you can get involved in as well at the university. So we'll kick off. Firstly, thanks again to David for this opportunity. Thanks to Anglo-Latino as well. We work very closely with Anglo-Latino, and obviously they are here to support you through the advisory process and through the application process as well. My name is Melissa Cunningham. I am the Senior International Officer at the University of Strathclyde. So I work in the International Office, advising potential students like yourself on all aspects of the university. I've been to Mexico a number of times now, and I love it, and I love meeting Mexican students as well. It's been a while. Hopefully we can get back to traveling soon in the next year, and hopefully I'll be able to see some of you in person, whether that's in Mexico or hopefully at Strathclyde as well. So we'll kick off with a few key facts about the university. We're a very old institution. So we were established back in 1796. We were established by a man named Professor John Anderson. Our tagline is the place of useful learning. He wanted to find a place where he could teach people and he could give people the skills in which they could use well in wider society, and use to help people and further development in wider society as well. And that's why, in terms of our practical elements as well, in terms of students doing lots of hands-on work, it all comes back to the fundamental ethos of Strathclyde being a place for useful learning. We're quite a big institution. We have over 23,000 students from over 100 different countries. And I want to highlight to you some of the accolades that Strathclyde has. And we're very proud of this. Year on year, through investment, through hard work of our academics, through student satisfaction, we have been recognised a lot by all of these different organisations. One of which is UK University of the Year by Times Higher Education. We won this 2 years ago in 2019. And I say for a second time because the first time we won this award was in 2012. So currently we are the only UK university to have been recognised as University of the Year in the UK twice now, which is really amazing. So we're really proud of that achievement. We were also recognised last year as Scottish University of the Year. And one of the big prizes, one of the most prestigious prizes within the higher education sector is that of the Queen's Anniversary Prize. This is actually it's a strand of the UK honours system. And we were awarded this award in 2019 for our energy innovation, and most recently we just got word of this week. In fact, we also won this award again, this time for advanced manufacturing. So as I say, this is a really, really prestigious award. It's one of the highest accolades within the UK, part of the UK honour system, as I mentioned. And our principal, to receive this award, he has to go down to Buckingham Palace. I say has, he loves going down to Buckingham Palace. Then he has to receive the award down there. So this award is given every 2 years to very selective universities. So we are extremely proud of this. And it's great to have an independent recognition like this, to solidify really Strathclyde's status as a socially progressive and a leading international technological institution. I mentioned the most recent award there was in advanced manufacturing, and this is because Strathclyde established what we know, or what we call, as 2 innovation districts. So the first innovation district is Glasgow City Innovation District. This is Scotland's first innovation district. So what this is that this innovation district is in Glasgow city centre. It's actually contained within the Strathclyde campus, and it's an area where industry and where academics come together. So we have, I'll chat about this in the next couple of slides as well, but we have some self-contained buildings where organisations come, they have conferences there, they work with their academics, finding certain solutions. There are startups there, new businesses evolve there, and they also utilise our academics' research, or academic expertise, and also that of our students as well. So this is an opportunity for students to get involved in this new evolution of industry that's happening right on the Strathclyde campus. So as I mentioned, that's one of the 2 innovation districts. The second one is an innovation district which is based just across from Glasgow International Airport. So Strathclyde, it's the advanced manufacturing institution that Strathclyde established, along with local government, various other organisations and industry as well. And this is a base which attracts organisations and companies who are looking for a base to grow and develop. And they, again, also work with our academics and also some of our postgraduate students in developing world-class research in the area of advanced manufacturing. We are 4th in the UK for student satisfaction. So this was part of an analysis done by our National Student Survey. And again, we've come up in the student satisfaction rankings each year now. We're incredibly proud of this. Again, it's great to have all of these accolades, like the Queen's Anniversary Prize, for example, that recognises our research. But really the most important thing is how our students are feeling as well. And this is great in terms of student satisfaction. This actually weighs in on students and how they feel with their teaching, their whole student experience as well, the employability rates, the graduate opportunities and placements that are afforded to them. Everything like that goes into the student satisfaction, and that's where the student satisfaction is recognised in. So we are extremely proud of this. We know that our students are getting the best learning and teaching experience that they can have to go out. And again, it's that place for useful learning, to go out and to use these skills in the wider world. Further as well to the rankings, we keep increasing in our subject areas as well. We have 24 subject areas that are ranked within the top 10 in the UK. And this is all across the board throughout our 4 faculties. It includes lots of our different types of engineering, from our traditional engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, forensic science, accounting and finance, some of our humanities subjects as well, and our business subjects such as marketing and business and management. So again, really, really proud of all of these accolades that we have received over the past few years. And it is testament to Strathclyde being a brilliant institution where students can study. So we know Strathclyde is great. What about the location then? I'll tell you a little bit about Glasgow. And I myself, you can probably tell from the accent, I am a Glaswegian. I am born and bred in Glasgow. And you will, when you come and arrive in Glasgow, you will find a lot of people who speak like me as well. The accent is very, very unique. You will have seen from that video by our Mexican academics, they talk about people makes Glasgow, which is a slogan now in Glasgow. It has been adopted, and it really is true. It really is. People are what makes Glasgow. We are the heart of our city. We are a welcoming people, and that has been recognised as well. You can see here I've included it in the presentation. Rough Guide readers voted us world's friendliest city. We love to welcome people from all over the globe to our city. We love to show them and showcase our city as well. And I think one of the academics mentioned, if we do see people who are lost or who have a map or don't know where to go, we love to help them as well. We want to make sure that this is a really nice environment for people to come and see. Glasgow itself is the biggest city in Scotland. Scotland, just to give you an overview, really, we are a small country. We're about a 5.3 million population. Glasgow itself is just over 1 million, but it is the biggest city in Scotland. We're about a 45-minute train or bus ride from Edinburgh, which is the capital city. And of course, I'm sure you'll have seen in photographs and you'll know about the cultural aspects of Edinburgh and the castle. It's really great that Glasgow is so close to Edinburgh. You can easily travel around and use Glasgow as a good base to travel and to get to know and get to go to different towns and cities, not just in Scotland, but in the wider UK as well. We do have an international airport, Glasgow International Airport, which is about a 20-minute bus ride from the downtown area of the city. And it's a very walkable city as well. You don't necessarily need transport to get around. It's a very safe city as well. Just to chat to you as well about all the different things that you can do in Glasgow. Again, it being the biggest city, there's so much to get involved in. We have world-class shopping and nightlife. So outside of London, we are second in the UK to retail. So whether you're interested in designer shops, high street shops, boutiques, we have everything. Really a 5-10 minute walk from the actual Strathclyde campus as well. We are a UNESCO City of Music. So what that means is UNESCO have granted the City of Glasgow this award in recognition of different music styles and the different concerts that we have. We have over 130 different concerts and gigs happening every week. Again, there's something for everyone really, whether that's a local band in a small pub or a bar, a big sellout band, which is in one of our big music venues. Again, there's something for everyone and lots to get involved in. Over the past couple of years as well, we've ploughed a lot of investment into updating our facilities within the city. And because of that, we've attracted big sporting events as well. So we were host to the 2014 Commonwealth Games and the 2018 European Championships. And I mentioned as well very recently, the city was host to the COP26 conference, and Strathclyde was heavily involved in that. In fact, the University of Strathclyde hosted the COP26 Youth Conference on our campus. Just to show you some photos then of the city, and it's a varied mix as well. You can see a lot of the old Gothic architecture versus some of the kind of new, more modern buildings as well. So up at the top right-hand corner, we have one of our museums, our gallery of modern art, which is free. Actually, all of our museums are subsidised by the government. So for students, it's free entry, which is great. At the bottom is our city chambers, this kind of weird spaceship-like, if you like, building at the bottom is called the Hydro. That's actually one of the big music venues that I was talking about earlier. This is actually the 4th biggest music venue in the world. So we're quite pleased that we have something like that in Glasgow to boast about. In Glasgow, the name Glasgow is Gaelic for Dear Green Place. So we have over 90 parks and green spaces in and around the city. So again, you can see that up at the top left-hand corner as well. Lots of places in which to meet with your friends, to have a picnic on nice days, and just to chill out and relax, and lots of nice areas in which you can do that away from the hustle and bustle of the actual city itself. So a little bit about the Strathclyde campus then. There has been lots going on at Strathclyde in recent years. By 2025, we are projected to have invested over £1 billion in completely renovating our facilities and developing new buildings as well. You can see that on your screen. The top photograph there is a photo of our Strathclyde Sport, which was opened a couple of years ago. It's a £31 million state-of-the-art facility. In the middle there, we have our Technology and Innovation Centre. So as I mentioned before, the Technology and Innovation Centre is a brand new building which is on the Strathclyde campus, but it's part of the Glasgow City Innovation District. So this building is host to a lot of the conferences that industry and different organisations host practically every week, actually. It's also host to some of our academics. Some of our academics have hubs in this building for their research. So there's lots going on there. And the bottom photograph is one of our learning and teaching building, which was opened a few months ago. It's where my new office is. And this building is basically a one-stop shop for students. So it has everything. All of our student support facilities are there. We have some classrooms there as well, cafes. Our student union is located there. It's a really lovely building. I'm hoping for the next slides, hopefully this will work. This will show you, this is a 1-minute video that will show you the inside of the learning and teaching building. It's quite a cool building. I hope you'll agree with me. And although I'm still working from home at the moment, I have been on campus quite a number of times since September, since our students have come back. And I've had the opportunity to obviously go into my new office and see the new learning and teaching building. And it's just amazing. It's so lovely to see the place thriving and bustling with students. You can see there as well, there are lots of little pods in different areas where students have study space as well, and they can book rooms. There's some teaching classrooms in there as well. It's just a great space to have that on campus. And it all adds up to having a great student experience as well. This photograph is a bird's eye view of the campus, so you can see quite clearly a lot of mix of some of the older buildings, but a lot of the renovation, the newer buildings that has taken place over the past couple of years in terms of our new developments. A lot of green spaces as well. in the middle of our campus. So lots of places for students to have picnics. Again, we do have nice days in Scotland to meet up with friends, to just sit and study as well. Lots of great study spaces on campus. And on campus too, we do have accommodation. So there's lots of facilities there for students. It's quite a self-contained campus. You can easily walk. It'll take you 5 to 10 minutes to walk from one end of the campus to the other. So everything that you need, all of the faculties, all of your classrooms, everything like that, support facilities, learning and teaching building, it's all in the same area. And it's all in the downtown area of Glasgow. So again, you're right in the heart of the city centre. So to talk to you about a little bit about postgraduate opportunities here at Strathclyde, and for those of you, I know David has done a little poll. If there are some of you here who are interested, who are maybe at high school at this point, or are interested in finding out about bachelor's programmes, I'll chat a little bit about those as well.
Yes, it's like a 50-50 split I'm seeing from the poll, Melissa. So yeah. Okay. Yes, we've got some undergrads with us as well.
Fantastic. Well, I shall improvise then. I'll chat a little bit about undergraduate at the end. Okay. So, in terms of masters, then, how is it different to maybe other parts of the world where you may be thinking about going? Well, if you're thinking about the UK, bear in mind it's a 1 year for your masters. Here at Strathclyde, all of our programmes begin in September, so it will be from September until the next September. It's a 2-semester structure, and then during the summertime, you will usually work on your dissertation or your research project. We do have some January entry points as well. So from last year, we started accepting students to begin in January as well as in September. Not for all courses, for a lot of our courses in engineering certainly, and for some courses in our business, science and humanities faculty. In terms of research is amazing here at Strathclyde. We've been recognised as being a UK top 20 university for research intensity. And we're actually top 5 in the UK for research industry income. So really what that means, or what that demonstrates, is how much of our staff is involved in research and involved in attracting research as well. And in terms of attracting research, we've tripled this in the past 10 years, which is pretty amazing. But what does all that mean for you guys coming as students? Well, it means that you know that you're going to be taught by top class academics who are at the top of their field, who are the most knowledgeable and most active in their field as well. And it means the more output that we have in research, it means that there are more opportunities as well for students to expand their research network, and for us to expand our industry connections, and that too filters down into providing those opportunities for our students. We have really great industry links as well, and I've mentioned that in terms of our Technology and Innovation Centre, in terms of our Innovation District at Strathclyde, and just in terms of our location, being located in Glasgow, the biggest city in Scotland, naturally we will attract big organisations and companies, businesses, startups as well. So lots and lots of opportunities there for students to get involved through these industry links in terms of research, in terms of placement, in terms of getting some practical experience as well. And I've mentioned the last point about the Innovation District. So I'll break it down a little bit and tell you about some of our faculties. We have 4 faculties at Strathclyde: our Faculty of Engineering, our Strathclyde Business School, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and our Faculty of Science. First up is our Faculty of Engineering. We have one of the largest, best equipped engineering faculties in the UK, and in actual fact, it's the biggest engineering faculty in the whole of Scotland. We have over 70 postgraduate taught or master's programmes. And we have, just to give you some examples of those industry links, you might be aware of who these companies are, but we have really good links with Rolls-Royce, Airbus, Iberdrola, Boeing. In terms of placement opportunities then, some of our postgraduate courses, in particular those postgraduate courses within our Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, have a class within those called Study in Collaboration with Industry. So this is a particular module or class that students will choose, and through that they have the opportunity to do industry projects or industry placements. The Faculty of Engineering is host to a number of research and national organisations as well. So some examples of those are, we're host to Scotland's National Centre for Prosthetics and Orthotics, the Advanced Forming Research, and the National Manufacturing Institute of Scotland. This was the institute I was talking about earlier on, which is near Glasgow Airport, and for which we have won the Advanced Manufacturing Award as well through the Queen's Anniversary Prize. Some of our rankings as well, so top 5 for many of our engineering subjects, including civil engineering and electrical and electronic engineering. And I'll chat to you a little bit about sustainability again, very prevalent considering the COP26 conference a few weeks ago. Very hot topic at the moment. So I'll chat to you about what Strathclyde has been doing in the past few years and is doing as well to try and achieve some of its sustainability targets. We do have really, really ambitious internal targets around this. We've been putting in policies. We're hoping to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2040, and we're well on our way to doing that. Currently, we have reduced our carbon footprint by 28%. And how are we doing this? We're doing this in a number of different ways, actually. So you'll see a couple of points down. We have a second generation electric vehicle network. So what we're doing at the moment in terms of the Strathclyde campus, and you'll have seen this in the previous photograph as well, we are working with government, with some of our community colleges as well within the city, and with some other organisations to develop a lot more pedestrianised areas within the campus itself and outside of the campus. So it means we are reducing vehicle emissions in the centre of the town, in the city centre rather, and in and around the campus. We have developed a lot more cycle lanes as well, so we're making our campus very cycle friendly. We have a lot more safe spaces in which to leave your bike as well, a lot more cycle routes. Even in terms of our staff travel, there's a lot more emphasis on taking public transport, for example, and a little bit more scrutiny as well, and how the staff travels. Taking trains, taking buses rather than planes, for example. Even in terms of the investment, so our new buildings as well, we have developed, or rather we have built a lot of our new buildings on old brownfield sites. And in terms of those electrical vehicle networks, we now have a fleet of electric cars. So we're doing a lot, as I say, to reduce our carbon footprint. Another thing that we're doing as well is food waste. So we're doing a lot to reduce this. We have a lot more vegan and vegetarian options that are available on campus. And also, even with our food waste, we have a mature student association which donates a lot of our food waste to food banks as well, which is a really great initiative to do. We have a combined heat and power district energy scheme, so up to 50% of our electricity is generated on campus. That target was actually completed in 2018. And we are part of the International Sustainable Campus Network. So what this is an organisation of international universities who have invited Strathclyde to become part of this network in recognition of the great strides that we are taking around sustainability and in tackling climate change as well. So we partner, they've recognised our partnerships with local and national governments and organisations, and they have welcomed us into the fold, into this network. And we work with these organisations, these universities as well, to continue to achieve our sustainability goals. Some achievements then, some of the recognition in terms of what Strathclyde does for sustainability. So again, I've mentioned the Queen's Anniversary Prize. Last year as well, we were awarded the International Gown Award. This was in recognition of our vertically integrated projects for sustainable development. I think the next slide I'll chat about the VIPs, the vertically integrated projects, because that's quite a good initiative that students can get involved in. We are in the World Top 75 for the impact rankings, measuring institutions against the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And we're the first university in Europe to offer a dedicated MSc in environmental entrepreneurship. So again, this is us looking at different ways in which we can actually utilise all of the work that we're doing in sustainability, but also develop this in terms of our courses as well. And the MSc in Environmental Entrepreneurship is a really interesting course in the sense that it's cross-disciplinary. So it is within our Faculty of Engineering, but it also we also have academics on our business school who teach on the course as well. So very unique course, but quite interesting and certainly quite topical. It does reflect what's going on at the moment. So in terms of what students can get involved in the different sustainability initiatives, I'd mentioned Strathclyde's vertically integrated projects for sustainable development. And this is quite interesting for our, those students who are interested in bachelor's degrees. A lot of our undergraduate students, certainly within our Faculty of Engineering, are permitted to get involved in the vertically integrated projects. We have lots of partnerships around the world, but particularly in Malawi and Gambia. So our undergraduate students have worked with our academics and our partners in these countries to develop water sanitation and solar panels as well. So again, helping out wider society and going back to that the place for useful learning as well, or ethos, always going back to that. We have a University of Strathclyde Eco Vehicle as well. So this is a project. We actually worked with students, our undergraduate students, worked with students at the University of Aberdeen. And what they did was they designed a futuristic hydroelectric car. They had to do this within 24 hours. So it was actually our product design degree students who worked on this. And it's great as well because they can apply their engineering skills into doing something practical. And it was delegates from Shell who actually judged them within this competition. So again, our students can get involved in really fun things, different competitions as well. But again, using their practical experience and demonstrating their skill set within these sustainability elements that Strathclyde has. So departments within engineering then, we have 8 departments. I'm not going to go through them all or all of the courses that we have, but just to highlight, we do have architecture that does come within our Faculty of Engineering. We have a lot of our traditional engineering, such as electrical engineering, chemical engineering, and mechanics, but we also have some specialist engineering subjects as well, one of which is naval architecture, ocean and marine engineering. And I mentioned obviously all of our sustainability courses come within our civil and environmental engineering department. So onto our Strathclyde Business School now. Again, we have really, really great links with industry, and actually I'll chat a little bit about our undergraduate programs as well, because this is quite relevant. We're the first business school in Scotland to have achieved triple accreditation. So our business school has a great reputation. All of your degree programs are recognised all throughout the world. And again, that's testament to the accreditation bodies as well. We've held all 3 accreditations since 2004. Our MBA this is our flagship business school programme. It's ranked in the Financial Times top 100 MBA programmes. We're top 10 for business and management. And we're awarded Business School of the Year back in 2016. To go back to what I was saying before about these strong industry links, so in terms of our undergraduate programs, and maybe I can show you this at the end of the presentation as well, in Scotland for undergraduate, our degree programs are 4 years. Within our business school and within our humanities and social sciences, we have great flexibility to pick and choose different subjects. So if you're interested in undergraduate studies and you're looking at maybe the rest of the UK, so England, Wales, Northern Ireland, it's a 3-year degree structure there, but their degree programs are more specialised. So for example, if you wanted to choose English or history, let's take history, you would have to choose this on your application form, and you would study this throughout the entire length of your 3-year degree. In Scotland, because of the flexible nature of the degree programme, if you come and study business or if you come and study humanities at Strathclyde, you can choose up to 5 different subjects in your first year. And you can pick and choose different subjects, maybe subjects that you have not previously studied at high school. It's after your second year that you decide which subjects you will actually be graduating in. So again, as I mentioned, it means that our degree programs are a bit more flexible. And this is great if you're not entirely too sure what you want to do at university. So it means you can delve into subject areas and find out what interests you the most. And in terms of our Strathclyde Business School, in terms of our industry links, we have a compulsory course within our undergraduate programme. So you would choose 5 subjects, and you also study what's called the Management Development Programme. And this is something whereby students will work with industry experts on projects. They'll work with consultants as well, and they will develop the work on solutions for case studies, real life business problems as well, and they'll be judged by industry experts. So again, this is going to give students great real life practical experience that they can demonstrate to employers and take out into the real world as well. Our departments within our business school: accounting and finance, economics, our Hunter Centre for Entrepreneurship. So we have programs within this department such as project management and innovation, management science, so things like data analytics, business analysis and consulting, for example. Our marketing program, our MBA in general management, and work employment and organisation, so things like human resources. Just to quickly point out our MBA, this is a very, very popular program for all our international students. Actually, you do have to have at least 3 years work experience to come onto our MBA. But within our general management department, we have our MSc in international management and our MSc in business and management. Those 2 courses are for students who would have liked to have done the MBA but don't necessarily have that practical experience. So some of the classes that you do study within international management and within business and management are the same as some of the classes within the MBA as well. So these tend to be really good options for students who don't quite meet the necessary requirements for the MBA. So that's something to bear in mind. On to our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. We have over 70 different master's programs across 6 of our schools within this faculty. A lot of our programs are also professionally accredited, and we have 8 areas in the top 10 in the UK. A lot of our programs as well are taught by leading academics in their field. And again, we have really good, strong links to industry. So there are opportunities within a lot of our programs to undertake work placements. I wanted to highlight, really cast a spotlight on our School of Law, because we get interest from so many Latin American students about law, particularly our LLMs. We have a huge portfolio of LLMs. We have our LLM law, and actually a new course which we have just signed off is our LLM competition law. We also have LLMs in construction law, human rights law. We have an MSc in mediation and conflict resolution, which is quite popular, and also criminal justice and penal change. The thing about these different subject areas is that you can study them as an LLM or as an MSc, and you do not need to have a prior LLB or a degree in law in order to study these. So we will accept students from different undergraduate areas as well. The great thing as well about our law school, again, it goes back to these practical opportunities that we have for students. We have a law clinic which is run by students. And again, this goes back to Strathclyde being a place of useful learning and helping wider society as well. This law clinic is run by students. And what they do is they advise people who cannot, in Glasgow, who cannot afford legal aid. So they can come to the law clinic and ask our students to provide them with legal advice. And our students work with our law academics on giving them that legal aid. We also have a law review as well. And this is an opportunity for students to be able to publish some of their legal articles within this law review. Our departments then, so we have a Department of Education. An example of one popular course as well amongst our Latin American students is our MSc in TESOL and Intercultural Communication. We have Government and Public Policy, so courses such as International Relations, Politics, Humanities, our law school, which I've spoken about, Psychological Sciences and Health, so popular courses within this department are our Clinical Health Psychology and our MSc in Counselling and Psychotherapy, and Social Work and Social Policy. And just to mention for those again who are interested in bachelors, so within Humanities and Social Sciences, you study 3 subjects in the first year. Then you will study 2 of those 3 subjects in your second year, and then after second year, that's when you decide what you want to major in. So really which subjects you're going to concentrate on in your third and final year, which subjects you will end up graduating in. So again, it provides lots of opportunity for flexibility in the first couple of years to different subjects before you decide what it is that you want to specialise in. To give you an example, I actually started out studying law, and I graduated in languages. So you can see how wide the spectrum can be for your studies at undergraduate level. Finally, our Faculty of Science. So our Faculty of Science contains a great deal of research centres, one of which is the Faculty of Science is host to the UK's first Fraunhofer Research Centre. We're number 1 in the UK for our physics research. We're number 1 for forensic science, top 10 in the UK for biomedical sciences, and second for pharmacology. There's loads of opportunities within our various degree programmes in science for cross-disciplinary research. What I mean by that is a lot of our courses straddle different faculties and different department areas as well. Another example to give you of some practical opportunities within the Faculty of Science, we have a chemistry clinic. And what this is that it's a student-led consultancy. So any kind of startup businesses that have a science problem and they're not really sure what they want to do about it, or how to go about something in that field, they can come to the chemistry clinic, and our students again work with their academics and advise in these consultancies. So it's a really good initiative, and again it gives students that practical experience. Our departments within science, so we have pure and applied chemistry, computer and information sciences, so again, you know, computer studies, artificial intelligence, things like that, maths and statistics, physics, and our Institute of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences. So just to give you, I've got a few more slides left, I think, before we go to question and answer. But just to make you all aware, we do have an international study centre based at the University of Strathclyde. So for those of you who might not meet our entry requirements, we do offer foundation for those students who want to go on to do undergraduate studies, and pre-masters as well for those students who then want to go on and do a master's at Strathclyde. We also offer English language teaching. So again, I think the entry requirements are fully on the next course page, but we do require IELTS of 6.5 with 5.5 in each component. But if you do not meet these, the English language criteria, we do offer pre-sessional English courses as well. The last 4 weeks of the pre-sessional English are free of charge, and we also offer in-sessional English language support. So you can get up to 4 hours per week when you are a student at Strathclyde. So you can get this support throughout your studies, which is great. In terms of the application process now, for undergraduate and for master's, it's going to be slightly different, but don't worry, Anglo-Latino is here to advise you on this. For those of you who want to come and do undergraduate studies, you can apply directly to Strathclyde, but if you are looking at applying to other UK universities, you can apply through an organisation called UCAS. So you would submit one application, but you have up to 5 choices of courses or 5 universities in the UK which to choose from. But again, Anglo-Latino is here to advise you on that process. For those of you who want to study at master's level, you can apply directly through our course webpage for that. The international student deadline is usually the 30th of June for September start. I believe the deadline for January starts is in November time. Entry requirements as well. I don't think I've listed these for undergraduate. Just to let you know, for those of you who are studying IB, our IB scores or entry criteria range from 32, that's usually for humanities and some business subjects, up to 38, that's for law, some engineering and science courses as well. If you're unsure, you can get in touch with me, and you can get in touch with Anglo-Latino as well, and they can advise you on the entry requirements for different courses. For those of you who are studying high school curriculum, you probably will need to undertake a foundation course, but you can do the foundation at Strathclyde, and on completion of the foundation, that will permit you entry onto year 2 of our courses. For those of you interested in masters, the entry requirements are here on this slide. So we'll expect out of a 10 GPA, we'll expect a minimum 7.5 for some of our courses within science, but generally we're looking for 8.5. IELTS as well, 6.5. We also accept other English language tests as well. So things like TOEFL, Duolingo, Cambridge. Just ask me, ask Anglo-Latino, and we can advise you on that. I've included our tuition fees as well. They do range again per course, so if you're not sure, you can get in touch with us and we can advise. Our MBA is £32,000, so that's our most expensive course. But we do have scholarships available. Some of these have still to be confirmed. They will be confirmed within the next few weeks, but they generally are the same year on year. So they do range from about £3,000 up to about £10,000, £15,000 for our business school courses. So they are very generous scholarships, and we can advise you on the application process for those as well. The good thing to bear in mind is Glasgow as a destination. It is a lot cheaper in which to study compared to other major cities in the UK. It's probably about half the price in which to stay compared to London as well. So that is something that you might want to consider. It's a very economical place to study. And finally, I think this is the last slide, but the fun things that you can do at Strathclyde, there's lots and lots to get involved in. I mentioned before, we do have on-campus housing. Glasgow City itself, we do have a number of universities within the city. It's quite a big, there is a big student population. There are lots of different housing styles, if you like, in which to live. You can, if you choose, wish to rent out your own apartment. There are also private student accommodation in and around the city itself. And our student union, our student association, and our accommodation colleagues can advise you on all the different opportunities for housing that is available in Glasgow. We have a study skills, resources and workshops as well. So different workshops, for example, essay writing, statistics as well, English language support, which I previously mentioned. We have a career service, and you can use the career service even once you've left Strathclyde. So up to 5 years after you have graduated, you can still use these services. The career service is brilliant. You can book one-to-one appointments with our careers advisors. They can show you how to create your own CV or your resume. They also organise workshops as well. They invite employers and industry onto campus. There are lots and lots of different opportunities to network as well through the career service. So we always encourage students, as soon as you begin your career as a Strathclyde student, sign up to find out more about the career service and sign up to the updates that they give out every week, because it's great to get involved in what they're doing. We offer international student support and a disability and wellbeing service as well. And in terms of getting involved in student life, we have over 100 different clubs and societies. So everything you can think of, from fencing to football to rugby, to cheerleading, there's lots of different things. Whatever your interest, there's lots of different things to go along, try out and meet new friends. My contact details are here. We can pop them in the chat as well. I've also included my colleague Ashley. She is our international officer. She works in our Latin America team as well. And I'm sure you will meet her at some point, either in Mexico or if you do come to Scotland to study. But I think, David, we can leave it there and maybe open us up to any questions, if anyone has any questions. Happy to answer them.
Melissa, thank you very much for such a detailed and very great overview of Strathclyde. Thank you very much. So I've been chatting away with Catalina mainly in the comments you might be able to see. So Catalina is an undergraduate student looking to study science as an undergraduate degree at Strathclyde, and she was asking about opportunities for scholarships. So of course, one of your last slides there mentioned that there were faculty scholarships, quite generous ones. So I was asking you what faculty she was looking to study at. So science faculty. So maybe you could give a bit more detail on the kind of scholarships that might be available for an undergraduate student in the faculty of science.
Yeah, so Catalina, excellent question about scholarships. Great as well that you've been having a chat with David. And great you're interested in Strathclyde, so brilliant. Yes, scholarships, Faculty of Science have still to confirm their scholarships for 2022, but we're hoping to have confirmation for those in the next couple of weeks. I mentioned before, though, our scholarships, they tend to be the same each year. For science, the past few years, we've had partial scholarships of between 3 and 4, I think up to £5,000 for science. So what we can do actually is I can pop my email into the chat box. If you want to get in touch with me, Catalina, and obviously you'll be in touch with David as well, but once you can certainly forward you on once we get more confirmation of which scholarships are available. And just to let you know, some of our faculties require a very short application process actually for scholarships, and other faculties base them on merit. So we'll automatically award scholarships to those students who have really high academic standing, whether that's within their high school, for example, or within their bachelor's degree. So these are just 2 ways in which the scholarships are awarded, either automatically or sometimes, as I say, you might have to do a short application for them. But I'll pop my my contact details into the chat, and I can get in touch with you all once all of our scholarships are confirmed and let you know about that.
And the scholarship, the application process is you apply, first you have to apply for a place at Strathclyde, presumably, and then you make the application for the scholarship, Melissa.
That's right. That's right.
And do you have to have an offer or just have made an application?
You usually have to have an offer, David, yes.
An offer?
Yeah.
You won't need to have accepted the offer. You're just you'll put your application in as part of that process.
I don't think you have to have accepted it, no. No,
okay. Great. So Catalina's back again with more questions. Does the deadline remain the same for undergraduates? Not quite sure what she means there.
Yes.
The deadline for application or for the scholarship?
Deadline for application. If it's for the application generally, then so not thinking about scholarships, just your application to courses, then international deadline is the 30th of September start. That's for all of our international students. For those who are maybe here who are interested in master's courses, what I will tell you is for some courses we do have an early deadline. So for example, some of our psychology courses, they're really popular. So clinical health psychology is one of them whose deadline is the end of February. But there are only a few courses like that who maybe have a February deadline. Most of our courses for undergraduate and for postgraduate, the deadline is the 30th of June. If you're not sure, it will be stipulated on the course webpage. But again, get in touch with me, get in touch with David, and we can advise you if there's a particular course that you're interested in. If it's for a scholarship deadline, it depends. To be honest, I'm not sure until our faculties confirm. I'm not really sure what those deadlines might be. I know in previous years, just to give you an example, the business school has had different deadlines and different cutoff points for allocating scholarships as well. So they allocate scholarships throughout the year. So there can be opportunities throughout the year, even if you apply in February. This is for the business school. That's still not too late for a scholarship because they will award scholarships up until May or June time. But again, I'm talking about previous years. So it's just to give you an idea. But hopefully we'll have confirmation very, very soon from all of our faculties, and we can let all of you know. About it.
We always advise students, if you need to have made an application and indeed have an offer to apply for the scholarships, then apply early. So if you're an offer holder, whenever the scholarships deadlines are published and the process is confirmed, then you're ready and able to make the application for the scholarship. I think that's normal advice. I can't see any further questions just now. Catalina's asked us a lot there, so it's great to have an undergraduate student. Thanks very much, Catalina, for taking part and for posting your questions. Really good. And please, stay in touch with us and with Melissa. Now you have her contact, so we can help you along your journey to Strathclyde and answer any further questions you have about the process and the course you're in. Within science, we've got quite a broad option of programs. So we will have a look at those options for you. So I don't think there's any further questions. I was very interested to hear that you'd made your change of course in Strathclyde. I'm always telling students over here that the US system is very much based on the Scottish system without a gen ed year. But so you've got that flexibility in the first 2 years and then to make your decisions later, which I think is advantageous because a lot of programs over here in Latin America are also like that, where you start off with 1 or 2 years and then you're making your decisions later. So it's great that in Scotland you have that flexibility to make decisions as you go through your studies.
Absolutely. And even just to give my example as well, I started off doing law or studying law, but this is professional programs at undergraduate level. If you're looking at the US, for example, you won't study these programs. These are grads entry programs or grad school programs, but you can actually become a junior doctor in the UK when you're aged 22, 23, or be on the course to become a lawyer at that age as well, which is what I was going to do until I changed, because I ended up studying other subjects that I hadn't done at high school and loved them. So it's really good. That system is really good for students who maybe don't know what they want to do, or who just like everything and want to try new things.
A lot of students like that here. You get a broad degree, but as well as a specialized degree, if you're going to specialize in your last 2 years. So it's very advantageous. Well, Melissa, I can't see any further questions just now in the chat. So great to have you with us. Many thanks for taking your time and sharing all the information about the University of Strathclyde. And we look forward to having you again soon and to supporting students through to their applications to the university.
Thanks for having me. Lovely to be here. Hopefully see you all in person at some point next year.
Let us know when you're traveling, please.
Absolutely. Take care, David. Take care,
and
everyone.
You all the best.
Thanks so much.
And
Bye.
to you. Take care. Bye for now. Bye-bye.